Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to Goals Galore. Welcome back to yet another week of Championship predictions. This time we are predicting match week 15 in the Championship. As always on screen now is how the prediction league is looking like going into this round of fixtures. Be sure to add to your score or start your score off by dropping your predictions in the comment section down below. All the games are listed in the description, so copy and paste it into the comments, add in your scores, and I'll do the rest of the week for you. If you want to enjoy, drop a like and subscribe. Hype the video as well. Let's get predicting match week 15 before the international break in the Championship. Let's go. On the Friday night, it's Watford hosting Bristol City. For Watford, a very good point away at Portman Road in midweek, and it's that man Imran Loser yet again on the score sheet for Watford, and you probably would back him to score again here at the weekend against Bristol City. Bristol City, who just lost once again, this time to Blackburn. It's not been a very good week for the Robins. Another defeat, and this time they're on the road once again, and I think they will lose this one. They've got quite a few injuries in that squad as well, which aren't helping, but not a great week for Bristol City as they start to fall down the table ultimately. In this one, on the Friday night at Vicarage Road, Watford 2, Bristol City 1. On to the Saturday 12:30 kickoffs. We begin with the John Eustace derby, of course. It's Blackburn hosting Derby County. Blackburn with 3 wins in a row. For Derby, 4 wins in a row, I believe it is now. And they're doing something very good at the moment. For Blackburn, a very nice win, of course, away 1-0 at Bristol City last time out. For Derby, another good win at home last time out against Hull City. And they have been, you know, another side that have been up there so far this season. In this one, I think it's been a really good game, an absolute thriller. I think this was the opening game of the Championship last season, if I remember correctly, on the Friday night. And Blackburn absolutely dominated Derby in that one. In this game, though, I think times have changed. And while both sides are on a good winning run, I don't think it's going to be a draw. I've got Blackburn to score 2, Derby to score 3. 3-2 Derby in this one. Next we go to Hull hosting Portsmouth. For Portsmouth, it was a draw midweek to sort of make up for all the goals conceded at the weekend against Birmingham, 4 of them. For Hull, of course, it was a defeat midweek against, of course, as we just said, Derby County, and that was a close game, but in the end, it's a moment of a mistake from Pando, the Hull City goalkeeper, that leads to the winner for Derby in that one. In this one, though, Hull are back at home, Portsmouth on their travels. It's a tough game to predict, but ultimately I have gone for Hull to get the win, 2-1 here. Portsmouth are down there in the Championship at the moment. I do think they will start to climb. We all know this season in the Championship, there's so many sides that have got quality players and a really good squad. So honestly, I do think they will, you know, be better than their position in the table has shown so far, and they have been better than the position shows. But ultimately, it's just a very competitive league this season, and they've been in quite a lot of games, just missed out by a goal here and there. And I think it's going to be the same outcome here away at Hull. Hull 2, Portsmouth 1. Moving on, we go to 2 sides in the playoffs. It's Millwall hosting Preston. For Millwall, it was, what happened midweek against Birmingham? 4-0 defeat for Millwall. They don't really tend to concede many goals, but midweek they did. For Preston, very good win against Swansea. What a goal from Thierry Small. Probably could have been a few more goals, to be honest. Iverson was incredible midweek against Swansea, and Preston doing really well at the moment. In this one, Millwall really do need to bounce back, especially at home. Preston haven't got a good away record away at the Den. But Preston are on a really good run themselves at the moment. If I've got to pick a winner, it would be Preston, but I haven't predicted that. I've gone for a boring draw, 1-1 at the Den. On to the Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs. We've got Middlesbrough hosting Birmingham for an exciting game. Middlesbrough's manager, Rob Edwards, is being looked at by Wolves at the moment to replace that vacancy at Molineux. But Middlesbrough, with quite a good start to the season so far, and probably a good thing that if he does stay at Middlesbrough, Rob Edwards. In this one, they are hosting Birmingham, who have just won back-to-back games 4-0. Very, very good stuff from Blues. And they'll have loads of confidence going into this one. I feel like this is what a lot of people expected Birmingham to be like at the start of the season, wiping the floor with teams. And now they really have started to get the goals and they're flowing in at the moment. Against Middlesbrough, though, who didn't say, they played to the whistle, never say die attitude midweek against Leicester. Yes, they even had 10 men, but Aylin's late equaliser got them a point on the road. And that's what the good sides do, they always get something, even when it looks like there's no chance of getting anything. In this one, I am going to go, though, for an away victory. Birmingham with just so much confidence, I imagine. And I think they'll score a few in this one. Middlesbrough 0, Birmingham 2 here. Next, we go to Norwich, hosting Leicester City. For Norwich, they were only able to get a point in that massive game at the bottom midweek against Sheffield Wednesday. A 1-1 draw, and what a goal from Barry Bannon. Liam Manning's still the manager there at Norwich for now. It could be his last game. For Leicester, even Marty Cifuentes is feeling the pressure because they just keep on drawing games. On midweek, it was yet again another draw for Marty Cifuentes' men. And it probably is never a penalty, which is where they get the goal from. And with all that, talent in the squad, they're not really creating much in the games. In this one, I'm going to go for an away victory, but I have got Norwich to score. Norwich 1, Leicester 3 in this one. Next, we're going to Bramall Lane for Sheffield United, hosting QPR. For Sheffield United, of course, they give a very good account of themselves against Coventry midweek. And I thought they were unlucky, actually, not to get anything from it. They concede the third after trying to find the equaliser. If you're a Sheffield United fan, you probably don't mind that because your side was showing intent to go and try and get something from the game. For QPR, they lost to Southampton. Of course, Southampton with the no manager at the moment, and QPR, they're suffering to defeat. They did get a late consolation goal and weren't able to equalise in that one. In this one, though, I think it is the home side. I was more impressed with them midweek. And I do think at home they will get the 3 points here. Sheffield United 2, QPR 1. Moving on, we go to Southampton at St Mary's, hosting Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday with another point off the tally. Closer to, positive numbers again instead of the negatives. As they got a draw midweek against Norwich with a screamer of a goal from Barry Bannon. What a player he has been for that club for several years now. Really, really good. He is Mr. Sheffield Wednesday. For Southampton at home, it was a win last time out, away at QPR midweek. And these are the type of results they should have been getting under Will Still. Of course, they're on the lookout for a new manager at the moment. Not too sure, actually, who the names are going around. I've heard Russell Martin, but I really doubt he'd go back to Southampton. In this one, though, I think, once again, it's going to be a Southampton victory. They're at home in front of their own crowd, and Sheffield Wednesday having their own struggles at the moment. I do think it all points to a Southampton win. 3-1 in this one. I do think they will concede. Moving on, we go to Stoke hosting Coventry. It's second versus third in the Championship. A 4-point gap separates the two sides, though. Coventry extending that midweek with their victory, having to come from a goal behind to beat Sheffield United. For Stoke, of course, I mean, this is the side that have caught everyone off guard so far this season. Under Mark Robins, we all knew his quality at Coventry, of course, his former side, but couldn't really take them to the next level. Frank Lampard's come in and he hasn't really had to do much. He's just had to bring a few fresh ideas and a bit more belief into that group of players. And they're absolutely firing at the moment for him. For Stoke, of course, under Robins, they're looking really good. They hit 3 midweek, they hit 5 at the weekend, and here against Coventry, well, I think both sides have got goals in them, but I think we'll see a lack of them at the Bet365. Here, I'm going to go boring. I'm going Stoke 1, Coventry 1, but really, if Stoke get a win here, that opens up everything in the Championship, and I really hope we do see that for a bit of entertainment. Score prediction, though, 1-1 in this one. Cannot wait to see the outcome. Next up, we go to Swansea hosting Ipswich. Ipswich, of course, have a point midweek against Watford. Probably a bit disappointing. They would have wanted a bit more than that. For Swansea, once again, absolutely awful, and I don't think Sheehan will be in the job much longer, especially if we lose this one. If the owners had any bottle about them, they'd get rid of him in the international break now, if we were to lose this one. But never say never. Managers can save themselves and prove us wrong. which of course we all want that to happen, but I don't see it happening. I don't see the owners sacking Sheehan anyway, but I think it's for the best interest, because every year we seem to be wasting the seasons. Let's actually have a good crack at the season. Everyone's going to look back at this point and think that was the time to get rid of him, start fresh, international break, go back in, go again. It won't happen, but it should happen. In this one at home against Ipswich, I'm not feeling confident, I'm not going to lie. We haven't had a good performance in ages in the league as well. You know, we're looking back to Sheffield Wednesday away probably for our last actual convincing performance. And even then we didn't create too much in that game. In this one though, I'm backing us for a point, but honestly, I think Ipswich probably will win. I've gone Swans 1, Ipswich 1. It's just so boring at the moment for the Swans, and yeah, it's not exciting. After the summer transfer window we've had, the investment from Modric, Snoop as well, and the amount of money we've spent, it has to be better on the pitch. It's absolutely awful, which is why we're not enjoying it. But in this one against Ipswich, I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Hopefully it's 3 points. I just can't see it though. West Brom hosting Oxford. Next up, Oxford losing 3-0 midweek to a very good Stoke City side at the moment, in form as well. And in this one, they might fancy their chances against West Brom, who have been sliding down the table recently. It was a defeat midweek. Late on against Charlton, sorry. West Brom conceding late on in that one. West Brom, you know, they just haven't found that cutting edge recently. Of course, they drew 0-0 at the weekend. They're just struggling for goals at the moment. They're keeping things tight at the back. You know, not conceding too many, but it's the other end of the pitch are not really doing much and scoring any goals. In this one, I have got them to score and win narrowly at home against Oxford. 1-0 West Brom in this one. And the final game to predict of match week 15 in the Championship sees Wrexham hosting Charlton. It's the first matchup of the season between two of the newly promoted sides, I do believe. No, it's not actually, because Birmingham have played Wrexham, so I've got that one wrong. In this one, anyway, it's going to be a close game, because although Wrexham have spent a lot of money, Charlton are a side ahead of the, of course, Welsh outfit at the moment, 5 points clear and in the playoffs at the moment. What a win it was midweek for Charlton, 95th minute, and it's Sonny Carey with a shot he's just put a lot of power into, and it's just somehow found its way to the back of the net. Charlton fans won't care. For Wrexham, of course, it was a point away at Pompey midweek, and considering how Portsmouth's home form has been in 2025, you probably would have taken a point going into the game. In this one, they're back at home. They score goals at home, but Charlton are good defensively. In this one, I'm sitting on the fence for a 1-1 draw in Wales, but this one is going to be an intriguing one. Keep an eye out. There's quite a few of them games this match week. Well then, guys, there are my predictions for match week 15 in the Championship. If you did go on to enjoy, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, as well as your predictions, of course. And I will see you in the next one very soon, guys, in the matchday vlog for Swansea City versus Ipswich on Saturday evening or early hours of Sunday morning. Keep an eye out for that one, and I'll see you in a bit, guys. Take care, stay safe, stay warm as well. And, of course, remember it's Sunday, this Sunday as well. So be sure to wear your poppies as well, guys. I'll have mine on Saturday as well. Thanks once again. I'll see you in a bit. Goodbye.